day everyone, welcome to Studio 39 Design Studio. This is Richmond speaking, your resident designer. In this video tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use ArchiCAD to create fly-throughs. As on the previous video, I showed you how to render your 3D views. A little disclaimer, I would not suggest you use ArchiCAD to create fly-throughs, as I for one have never created one professionally. In order to create a fly-through in ArchiCAD, you will need to go to Document, Creative Imaging, and Create Fly-through. But obviously you'd first have to create a camera path. Let's start by opening the camera settings dialog by selecting the camera tool. You can either double click it or press Ctrl T to open the camera settings dialog. Firstly, we need to create a new camera path with its own special name by clicking on the camera icon with the plus sign, which will open another dialog to which you can apply a name to this new path. The other two icons can help you to rename or delete the selected path name. It's also worth noting you can create as many paths as you want. Once you have created a camera view, you can change the color. Mine is white, so I want to change it to a visible color. Let's create two more camera views. If you cannot see the connecting path between the camera view, click on path and set the desired color. Now you can see the path and you can adjust the smoothness of the path by using these hairs. At least I think that's what they are called. Go back to the path settings dialog under motion control. You can choose polygon, which will make the path between cameras straight, but we don't want that. So stick to Bezier, which will make the camera path smooth and natural. Under display options, you can choose between showing nothing, cameras only, camera and path, or everything. The default is set to camera and path, but let's select everything. Now what you can see are the number of frames between each camera point. For now it is set to 10 frames. You can either decrease or increase the number of frames, as you can see here. So this will help to set the speed of the fly-through, because when you export the fly-through, you can set how many frames per second you would like to use. More on that in a minute. Other things you can set under the camera settings dialog is the Z position at camera Z and target Z. Right now it is set to 8000 and 4000, meaning we are likely looking down in 3D. By selecting camera number 1 in the sequence, you can open the 3D view. We can fix this by setting the Z value to 1.8, which is around eye level. Select all cameras and adjust the Z value. Distance and azimuth we can ignore for now. You can also adjust the view cone angle, either making it wide or narrow. 75 degrees is fine for exteriors, but I usually use 95 degrees for interiors. Also, don't mind the roll angle at this point. We can set the sun position by date and time, but I will suggest you keep it to custom. That is it for the settings dialog. Now let's go to create fly-through. Go to Documents, Create Creative Imaging, and Create Fly Through. Now we can see the output. Starting with source, so we can choose either we want to just use the 3D window or photo rendering window, meaning each frame will be rendered as a high definition image relative to scene render settings, of course. Perspectives are pulled in from the camera path that we created. You can either use keyframes only, which will only use 3 cameras which we chose, or you can include all the other frames by selecting width in between frames. You can also set the range of the frames you'd like to use by adjusting the start frames and the last frame, but it's best to keep it to all frames. Rebuild model for each frame. That's a story for another day. On the right hand side, you can set the results of the fly through or movie. You can choose the output format, best to keep it to MP4. You choose if you want the fly through to be black or white, grayscale, color with alpha channel, best to keep it to color. You can also set the frame rate. Right now it's at 10 frames per second, which then will give you a 4 seconds of video time. Adjust the number of frames, you will get a different time results. If you are happy, you can click save, set the location and name, and click save again and let it save. That's it for me, folks. See you on the next video tutorial. Love you guys, God bless you, and goodbye.
Yeah,